$165 million. That's what the state spent on a 15-kilometer suburb railway meant to connect Kojokrom-Takoradi and Takoradi, and yet today it lies abandoned. Stations once buzzing with passengers and goods are now rusted and silent. The gleaming gate and metal seats have lost their shine, overtaken by weeds and cobwebs. There's more in the following feature.
These are the trains brought by President Mahama. They've been here for the past 5 months. They haven't moved. Fully air-conditioned trains.
Ghana's dream of a working railway has remained stuck on the tracks. Even the much-celebrated launch of the Tema Mpakadan service was derailed literally when a brand-new diesel multiple unit crashed into a truck which had been parked right on the tracks. Accra to Nsawam line not operational. Accra to Tema line in urgent need of modernization. Takoradi to Takwa service suspended after derailment. Many others are still under construction. The managing director of the Ghana Railway Company, Dr. Michael Ejay Anyete, admits the company is far from where it should be.
As I speak with you, Honorable, I know you may have heard for some time now, exactly 6 months, am I right? The railway worker has not received salary. And Honorable Minister, I am not going to blame this government. What we are seeing now is a cumulative effect. When I say cumulative effect, I know we will all understand. It didn't start from this government. But the good news is that there is hope.
But why has Ghana's railway story been on pause for so long? To find out, let's rewind.
Nananum, the reconstruction of this line, which forms an integral part of the Western Railway line, is therefore a signal of the beginning of a new era in rail transportation in Ghana.
In 2016, the government invested $165 million into a 15-kilometer suburban railway linking Kojokrom to Takoradi and Takoradi. It was supposed to be the first step in a grand plan to extend the line through Takwa and Manso all the way to the Takoradi port.
I work at a port. I live in Kojokrom. So the benefit that I'll have is very, very serious because I'll park my car over here and take this train to port and come back safely. It will make me to keep my petrol and some little money that I can have. I know Jamama is doing best for the Western region.
But after all the fanfare, the railway service has not taken off.
There are several things that went wrong in our country after we got independence. But one of the worst was the way we allowed our railway infrastructure to deteriorate. Other people have got first-class railway systems in the world. Ghana, we are going to have a first-class railway system.
The service began in 2017, but it was irregular and unreliable. By March 2020, trains were suspended. 7 months later, the trains resumed briefly. By 2024, the line was shut down again. Today, the Kojokrom station tells a different story. A student of UMAT, Michael Amponsa Safo, walks on the railway line almost every day.
My school is just along the rail, so I usually take this path here. And I've been schooling here for the past 2 years. These trains, they used to be stored at a warehouse very close to my school, my campus. And then at the beginning of this year, somewhere December, November, they brought the trains here. When it first came, I thought maybe they were doing renovations either at the place or there were faults with it. So they were bringing it here to fix it. This is a train station. I've been schooling for months and we have never seen any engineer coming to visit the train. We haven't seen anybody boarding it. We haven't seen anything being done about it. It's beginning to rust. When it first came, it looked very pristine. It was very, very nice.
Seeing the trains parked at the Kojokrom train station annoyed him so much that he posted his rant on X. hoping to get the attention of government.
It'd be bad. It'd be very, very bad. Oh, somebody should do something about this. You don't really have enough good roads in the country. This could be another source of transport. I want the government to step in and do something about it. That's why I made the video in the first place. It's not anything political or maybe related to which government is in power, which one is out of power. It's just me, a concerned citizen, voicing out my opinion.
But what we see is an empty platform. Cobwebs clinging to corners. Weeds growing on roof.
Well, I'm at the Kojokrom train station, and these trains, bought at a very huge cost to the taxpayer, now sit idle. Look at these trains. They look ready to move. But when you get very close, up close, you would see that rust is eating into the metal of the train. Each idle day turns these trains from assets to liabilities.
This is Ghana's new reality. A modern fleet wasting away. And Kojokrom is not the worst. Exposed beams. Roof ripped open. Weeds swallowing the tracks. Even the station clock is frozen in time.
I am very close to the secondary station, and I can tell you that currently the rail tracks are not for trains. Weeds have taken over. What was once a very strong symbol of pride has become a playground.
The public relations officer of the Ghana Railway Development Authority, Sahadatu Al-Hassan, said she would not dwell on why the train service has not been running.
Takoradi Kojokrom was already in operations until some 1 or 2 reasons the trains were packed. And so that issue has to do with GRC or GRDA issues. And so I think the least said about it. That is what I said. The least said about it is, I think, from me, particularly the better. The fueling itself, it's not an easy job. I don't want to be mentioning figures, but the truth of the matter is it involves a lot. As I said, its issue is something I cannot say much about. No matter how many times you bring it back, the least I will say is we are working on it. You will see Kojokrom run again. When I cannot say, but we are doing our best.
On 17 September 2025, at a government accountability series, the Minister for Transport, Joseph Bukari Nikpe, answered questions about the railway service in Takoradi.
When would the Takoradi and other towns have their rail line revamped or operational? I stated clearly that we inherited a situation where all the contractors that were on site had all abandoned site because of unpaid interim certificates that were provided or made. We have gone into discussions with them, and as I reported that Amandi has resumed work. It's led with the other contractors. The issues are time deals with a lot of variations when it comes to contract. And Attorney General's office is assisting us to understand the contractual agreements and the arrangements that were made so that we can get the contractors to site and for them to do a completion of all the projects that they were handling.
Well, the minister's explanation did not include when the rail service will begin and what caused it to be suspended.
Just like the broken clock cannot tell the time, government officials also cannot say when services will begin. This is more than a delay, it's a costly cycle. Projects launched with fanfare only to be abandoned, leaving infrastructure to decay. Each passing year means higher bills, more repairs, more renovations, more millions lost. Meanwhile, residents in nearby communities who once believed trains would ease commuting remain hopeful, still waiting for a ride that never comes.
More for car, biomasa traffic more than by 1 hour in every town. But the train is in Chafu, a short distance, no traffic. Why am I your pa? Now, your cadence at times to say, Dr. Grace Mpo Baha. Nche bia ye bokɔ ne nche na onye railway minister no onye na abom. Na nche training wa ye adwuma because so ye adwuma de mfa so ba. Na at the same time Kojokrom for yafu car Takoradi no so. Yafu trainer ye ho tan.
Ma me kere ma fa car wo Kojokrom ekodu Takoradi around 20 minutes 10. But see the don't easy. About to take even by 30 minutes kwampo do call 45 in ebia ndu Takoradi because ejengina na traffic na ade ntomo ohaw ba say train ye adwuma nche obobo pa amemamu ni.
As the promise of a functioning railway system has not been realized yet, residents have no choice but to endure gridlock on the road. Over $165 million has already gone into this short line, yet today services are suspended. For many Ghanaians, the promise of modern rail lines remains a dream, one that's still stuck on the track. If past investments have failed, what does this mean for Ghana's future railway ambitions?